What do you know about trauma? Traumatic experiences. Have you ever experienced torture? Have you ever experienced war? Actual warfare? Have you ever been in an experience where you've witnessed war? That's pretty traumatic. Have you ever eaten at Burger King? All of those three instances that I named off the top of my head, those are some pretty traumatic experiences. But today, my friend sent me a video, and compared to what you're about to see, war, torture, and eating at Burger King, that's like a casual weekday. That's like a weekend with the boys. That's fun compared to the traumatic experience I'm going to show you today.
Let me just say first, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I understand that it's perfectly natural. It's just that I was having a really bad week and a terrible day today. And I wasn't in a good mental headspace to process that, seeing that.
Wow. What a trooper. I mean, I'm surprised he can still, talk after witnessing that. I don't know when he made this video. I don't know how soon it was made after he witnessed the event, but he is recovering very well. I haven't seen on firsthand, but I've seen, that picture of the guy with the 1,000-yard stare? This guy has 1,000 miles stare. For those of you who didn't get a chance to read the title of the video, the title was, "I Saw My Grandma Pleasing Herself." And for those of you who don't know what that means, click off the video. Please, do it now. Save yourself all you can. But for those of you who do know, yeah. Yikes. Her grandson caught her playing the old ham sandwich harp. And I just don't know how you would get caught doing that. Don't you have a door lock? Can't you wait a minute? Because later in the story, he says he was there to help his grandma. Couldn't you wait a few more hours to do that in private, please? I don't know what the grandma's situation was. I don't know. Maybe she really misses grandpa or something. But that is completely inappropriate and inexcusable to do it when someone's at your home.
And I just hope that now, every time that I think about my grandmother, or I see my grandmother, or I talk to my grandmother, that I'm not gonna think about it every single time, because I love my grandmother so much. And I don't want to lose my grandmother. I don't want to have to think about her doing that every time I talk to her.
If I witnessed what he witnessed with my own grandmother, I would do everything possible, anything I can, to try and study and find some sort of mind-erasing ray. But I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible to give yourself amnesia. Maybe it is. I remember hearing that if you don't brush your teeth, if you don't take good care of your dental hygiene, that you could get Alzheimer's because there's a bacteria in your mouth that you swallow. If I witnessed that, I would never brush my teeth again. And this guy, he is being such a trooper. He still wants to love his grandmother. It sounds like he's in a super tight relationship with his grandma. He's like this, and there's not really much else I can say, but he seems to be very forgiving, which is kind. If I was him, I would act completely differently.
So I went over her house today because She lives in Pasadena, and she had a computer question. Go figure, right? And I said, of course I'll come over and help you with whatever. So I came over and I saw that her car was in the driveway, and I go over there all the time, so I just went in, not a big deal. And I didn't see her around. I called out, I said, Grandma. She wasn't there. So I just went over to the computer and I started seeing if I could figure out what was, the problem. And a few minutes went by, and then I just heard, it was sort of like a,
Now he starts catching us up on the lore like John Madden with his playbook. So apparently his grandma needed help with the computer. I don't know what he doesn't specify in the video what she needed help with the computer. Like what was she using the computer for is a little bit of my concern. Was she using it to go on like a website? Like I'm sure it would be fine, but why would you have your son help out with that? I'm speculating. Those are all speculations. But so what happened was she needed help with him to fix her computer, right? Total. I'm going full Porky Pig on this. She needs his help with the computer. He comes over to help, and then he starts recreating like the sounds of what he heard his grandma make from probably across the house in a different room. He starts going full on. He starts doing the I can't speak today. I'm not going to edit that out. He starts, oh my gosh, making anime sounds is what I was going to say.
And a few months ago, my grandmother tripped in the shower and she broke her hip and really hurt herself. And I was the one who found her. And so I got really scared because I thought maybe my grandmother was in trouble. And so I ran up and I said, Grandma, are you okay? And I didn't hear anything. So I opened the door to her bedroom. And she was...
There it is. The truth of the situation. He was helping out with her computer, and there have been situations in the past where he's heard his grandma make sounds like that, and he instinctively thought, she must be in trouble. She must have fallen down, because that's happened before for him. His grandma has fallen down before, and she's made that sound before. He thought she was in trouble. He was doing his best to help her out. This young boy, this young man, this citizen has a heart of gold. Then he goes into the bedroom to help her out and sees that she is rubbing her magic lamp. She is trying to think of more ways to say, trying to think of ways. She's man, what would be a good one? She's picking her own lock. She's... I'm going to cut to when I find another term to say what's going on. She's holding herself like a bowling ball. That's the best I can think of. He just tried to do good, and it turned out so horrible for him. Oh my gosh.
So I ran back out. I said, oh my God, and I ran out. And I keep thinking, the part that I can't stop thinking about is her face was like, she was like, I don't even want to,
The mad lad actually did it. He tried to give us a demonstration of what his grandma looked like when she was giving herself an incorrect colonoscopy, and that thought itself gave him damage. Like the sword from Kung Fu Panda, where if you look at it, you get cut. If he thinks about this memory at all, he just withers away.
Okay. Hopefully one day this will be just a silly story that we all talk about. If I can't even talk about it.
Nope. You're not going to be able to laugh about that in the future. It's not going to be one of those silly stories. He starts crying, which makes sense. He just witnessed that. And no, you're not gonna, it's not gonna be Thanksgiving. You're gonna be at a family gathering and you just tell that story where you saw your grandma jerking off. I can't think of any more ways to say it. But no, you're not gonna laugh about that in the future. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hit you with cold water and tell you that's not gonna happen, buddy.
But I don't even know what to say. She's called me a couple times and I've just declined because I don't even know what to say. I don't want her to feel bad, but I guess it was my fault for walking in. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to react to this situation? And this is just this is not even the top third worst thing that's happened to me this whole week. Like I said, I just was not in a good place to receive this information. I hate my life.
And that's the end of the video. What a trauma dump, like I said before. So his grandma kept calling him, and he just left her on red, or left her on whatever the call version of red is, which I would do the exact same thing. But other than that, there's not much else to say. I checked out this guy's YouTube channel. I wanted to see, like, this had to have been a joke, right? This had to have been some sick joke. And I found this video on his channel while looking to see, like, does this guy do comedy? I found that he made a sequel talking about how his video killed his grandma, and if this is all true, that is awful. But do you know what isn't awful? Cheeky soap. Go to usecheeky.com, buy yourself some of the best soap in the universe. Now, my investigative research was only like 5 seconds long. I just checked his YouTube channel. I checked the rest of his videos to see if he, like, only did comedy, and it looks like he does mostly do at least some weird stuff. I saw some videos on his channel where he was just covered up in blue face paint and stuff. But I'll tell you what, sports fans, when I was sent this video by my friend, I could not believe my eyes. 10 million fireflies I could believe before he seen this video. And I just thought this video would be fun to make. That's really about it. See ya.